Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is my second video with the same reason but different materials. So in this thing, I will review a reference book titled English Language Teaching, include method, tools, and technique by Dr. M.F. Sudhanshu Patel and Praveen and Jain. So this book includes 10 chapters, each of which contain English teaching materials. Chapter 1 talks about the place of English in Indian education. This can be seen because the author of this book comes from India. So, back to the chapter 1, English is the language that is found in all comers of India. It has greatly contributed to the advancement of learning. So, after independence, the English spread like water in India, and it became very essential for India to have a national language. English is to be thought as language of comprehension rather than as a literary language. The role of English within a nation's daily life is influenced by the geographical, cultural, and political factors. The role of English at a given point in time must affect both the way it is taught and the resultant impact on the daily life and growth of the individual. Chapter 2, titled Foreign Language Learning. This chapter talks that the teaching of language is basically conditioned by the nature of subject. English should be taught as a language, not as a literature, because on this stage, students do not understand the literary sense of English. At this stage, language development should be self-objective. The general objective of teaching English are to enable the student to understand the spoken language, to enable the student to speak English correct language, to enable students to write the language properly, and to enable students to read the language with ease. Chapter 3, titled Instructional Material and Textbook. The material and aids which are used by teachers to make teaching very effective is called teaching aid and instructional material. The language teaching is not a static process, but it is a dynamic process. For EFL or ESL learner, English is a second or foreign language. So, the teaching material and instructional material play important role in the teaching learning process. Chapter 4, titled Method. So, methodology is a systematic and scientific way of teaching any subject. It guides teachers how to teach and how his teaching may be effective. It is very necessary for a teacher to know various types of methods and techniques of teaching English. Method may also be defined as the process of planning, selection, and grading language material as an item, technique of teaching, etc. There are the grammar translation method, direct method, bilingual method, situational method, and the reading method. Chapter 5, titled Approaches. If method refer the way of teaching a language, so approach refer the theory of language teaching. There are structural and communicative approach. There's also explanation about communication aspects. Chapter 6, titled Oral Work. The use of oral work is to suggest new ideas, because when teacher want to increase the vocabulary of student, he at first should introduce the new ideas to the student so that student could be able to increase his vocabulary. Second, when students learn new ideas and new words, that he should be given the knowledge of way of arranging words properly. And last, when students learn how to arrange the words properly, then the teacher should develop the habit of speaking among his students. Chapter 7, titled Reading. Reading is an active process which consists of recognition and comprehension skills. Reading is an important activity in life with which one can update his or her knowledge. Reading skill is an important tool for academic success. Reading is not only a source of information and a pleasurable activity, but also as a means of consolidating and extending one's knowledge of the language. This chapter also talks about the different types of reading, which is intensive reading, extensive reading, aloud reading, and silent reading. The next chapter is Chapter 8, titled Writing and Composition. Writing is a skill which must be taught and practiced. Writing is an essential feature of learning a language because it provides a very good means of focusing the vocabulary, spelling, and sentence pattern. It becomes an important aspect of student expression at higher stage. Chapter 9, titled Teaching of Prose, Poetry, and Grammar. Prose is a narrative art of expression. In higher classes, where the medium of instruction is English, prose is taught. Poetry is the musical and metrical form of language, and it brings students in touch with the very base of human nature. Poetry plays an important role in the several curriculum. It helps in the all-around development of the student, particularly the emotional, imaginative, intellectual, and aesthetic side. And grammar is a scientific assessment of the principle of good usage with concern with the relation of words in the sentence. Educated people use certain form of expression. Language specialists study in the form they use, not that they follow a few comparatively simple principles and state these principles. The last chapter, titled Skill and Competencies of English Teacher. English is a foreign language, and to teach it in a satisfactory manner, good teacher of English is required. It must be also remembered that all the good teacher cannot teach English in a good manner at all stages. In other words, to teach at a different level, a teacher needs to have a caliber and qualities appropriate for that level. So, in my opinion, this book is very good to be read by prospective teacher or English teacher, because this book explains in detail the things that are needed when teaching, especially teaching foreign language. The details given are well explained and easy to understand. In addition, explanation of previous teaching methods are also given so that reader gain knowledge of the development of foreign language teaching. From reading this book, I was enlightened on the need for a teacher in Here's my book review. Sorry if there are a mistake. Don't forget to like and comment because your like and comment means a lot to me and my value. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.